Okay, so what we done in the last class? CSS. I just want to close the CSS now. We done with the box last class, and next we go with the positions today. So in CSS there are multiple positions. The one is the static position. The one is a absolute position. Absolute. One is the absolute position. One is a relative position. One is a fixed position. Fixed position. And one more concept is Z index. We want to discuss all these positions. Okay, let me go with the static position first of all. In static position, every element is in static position. Every element is going to be arranged one after another. One after another. One more point. By default, every element is in static position. Is in static position. Okay, one more point. In this position, element is not movable. In this position, element is not movable. And one more point. In this position, top, right, bottom, left properties will not work. Will not work. Okay, so in this position, every element is going to be arranged in one after another. And one more thing, by default, every element is in static position. If you not say any position for that particular element. And in this position, element is not movable. So I cannot able to move the element one top of another. On top of another, it is not possible. And one more point, in this position, top, right, bottom, left properties will not work. For example, I want to move the element from the top. I want to move the element from the left. I want to move the element from the right side. I want to move the element from bottom side. So that moving is not possible. Element is going to be stick on a particular body, and one top of another is not possible. So elements cannot able to overlap. Elements cannot able to overlap in this kind of position. So by default, if you not say any position, every element in a static position. Remember it. Now let me take one simple program for the static position. Static underscore position. Static position.txt. Okay, so let me take different elements. I'm taking a element called 1, and I'm taking 3 elements here. I'm taking completely 3 elements here. One, 2, and 3. Okay, so every element is going to be having some class called 1, and this element also having some class called, and even the third element also we have the class called 3. Totally, I have 3 elements. Finally, I will write the sheet for each and everything. So first of all, for all the divisions, common styles I want to write. Common styles, default width is 100 pixel, default height is 100 pixel. After that, for 1, the first element, I want to give the background color. For the first element, I want to give the background color is red. The second element, I want to give the background color. The second element background color is green. For the third element, I want to give the background color blue. For the first element, background color is red. Second element, background color is green. Third element, background color is blue. Okay, let me execute it. If I execute this, 3 elements are going to be arranging one after another. Can you see this? 3 elements are going to be arranging one after another. If you want, you can just give the one more property called margin bottom. Margin bottom. Bottom side some margin and giving some 5 pixel margin. When I say 5 pixel margin, so every element is having some space bottom of the element. Now, what my requirement is, I just want to move the first element from the left side. So first element is 1, right? For this, I want to apply the property called left. Left, please move the element 100 pixel. From the left side, I want to move the element. First element, I want to move left side 100 pixel. When I say 100 pixel, the property called left, the first element need to move from left onwards. The element is moving. Why? Because by default, every element is in static position. If I am not saying any position, by default, every element position is static. In static, all elements are arranging one after another. Remember it. Okay, now let me go to the absolute. In real time, absolute also very, very important. In absolute position, what is happening? In absolute position, what is happening? Coming to the absolute position, just copy paste all this. In absolute position, elements are going to overlap one top of another. One top of another. In this position, element is movable. In this position, top, left, bottom, right properties will work. Okay, so one more point. In this position, elements are taking position from body. In this position, elements are taking position from body. And one more point. In this position, element movement is possible from any one of the corner. See, for example, I want to move this element. This is the element, or this is the element. This is the element. I want to move this element. So I can able to move this element from here, for example, from here to here. It means I want to take some space from the top. I want to take some space from the left. Okay, if I say 5 pixel from here, 5 pixel from here, it is moving. If I say 5 pixel here and 5 pixel there, this table is bigger one. Okay, so 5 pixel is only this much. If I say top and bottom 5, 5, is it possible? Top 5 is possible, this much. Bottom 5 is possible? Not possible. Okay, left 5 pixel I said. Left is okay. But right also, if I say 5, is it possible? So opposite faces, element is not moving. Adjacent faces, element is moving. Adjacent faces is only corners. Element movement is possible only from the corners. That is the last point. In this position, element movement is possible from any one of the corner. It may be top left, it may be top right, it may be bottom left, maybe bottom, it may be top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right. Okay, for example, this is the element and this is the one more element. This is the element and this is the one more element. Okay, this element is here and I want to operate this element. This is the element. This element, for example, for this element, if I am telling 10 pixel, for this element, I am telling 10 pixel from the top. So this element is taking 10 pixel from table edge. From table edge. That is actually this is treating as a body. This table is treating as a body. Now this element is taking position from edge, body edge, not from this element. Not from This element, if this element is taking 10 pixels from this element, this is relative mode. This is in relative mode. But in absolute mode, what is happening? This position, when I say the value, this value is taking or calculating from the body edge. So that is the before point. What is the before point? In this position, element is taking position from the body. Body. The concept is very simple. Element is taking position from the body. The politics calls ఎక్కువ. ఓటేస్తాం ఈరోజు ఓటేస్తాం కదా. Okay. Am I clear this one? Absolute position. Absolute position, first of all, the point is elements can able to overlap. One top of another element can move. Elements can overlap. So I can place the element here on this. So like this, elements can able to overlap. And element movement is possible. From left I can move. From top I can move. From bottom I can move. From right also I can. So element is movable. And in this position, top, left, right, bottom properties will work. When you say the property, it will work. At the same time, in this position, elements are taking position from the body edge. Body edge means it is. At the same time, a movement is possible only from the corners. If you want to say, you can say top left. You don't say top bottom. You don't say right left. Opposite faces you cannot. Opposite faces you cannot. Remember. Next, one more thing. Relative position. So after this, I will write the program, then you can understand. Relative position. Relative position. Come to the relative position, same points, copy and paste. In relative position, elements are going to overlap on top of another. Okay. In this position, element is movable. Okay. In this position, top, left, right, bottom properties will work. Okay. In this position, elements are taking position from adjacent element or relative element. Adjacent element or relative element. From relative element only the position will take. From adjacent element only the position will take. From adjacent element only position will take, or from relative element only position will take. Okay, so I said this is the value, this is the object. I want to move this object 10 pixel. If I say 10 pixel in relative position, not from body, it will take from this element. This element is already available in the table. From this element only it will take the 10 pixel. Relatively from the adjacent element it is taking, that is in the relative position. That is the only point. Change. In this position, element movement is possible any one of the corner. Again, that is common. Let's see these two in absolute. Now absolute, first we'll go with absolute. Absolute, the thing is what? Absolute, the thing is what? Movement from the body edge. In absolute, I'm talking, not relative. Absolutely from the body. Absolute means absolutely from the body, remember it. Okay, so now every division position is absolute. Position is absolute. If I say absolute, elements have one kind of behavior. What elements behavior now? Elements can able to overlap. Now behavior change for elements. Elements can able to overlap. All the divisions, I'm actually saying the absolute position for all the divisions. Now all the divisions behavior change. What the behavior of the element now? The elements can able to overlap, and at the same time, elements can able to move. All elements can able to move. All elements can able to move. So it is not fixed like static. It is not fixed like static. Can you execute this? Now all the elements can able to overlap. Basically, we have three divisions here, but you can able to see only one division. What is happening? Red is there, green is there. On top of the red and green, blue is there. See, like this. But what is the requirement? Now the behavior already changed. Element behavior already changed. Can I say left now? Left, please take 10 pixel. Left, first element, left I am telling. Second element, left I am telling. Third element, left I am telling. Third element, left I am telling. For every element, left value I'm telling. For every element, left value I'm telling. If I say left, left can move or not. First element, red element is moving 5 pixels. Second element is moving 50 pixels from the left side. From the left side, it is moving. Third element also moving. Third element is moving 100 pixels. From the left, it is moving. Why? Because of these three elements are behavior is absolute. Behavior is absolute. At the same time, one property need to change. What is the property need to change? Please change with the. Can I say top? Top also possible, na? Top also possible. So let me go top. Top 5 pixel. Top 50 pixel. Top and top also from the body. Remember. Top also body. Remember. So left and top both will. First element moving left to top. Second element also moving left to top. But where left is taking, where top is taking, please try to understand. The first element movement from here and here. The second element moving from here and here. Third element also here and. The more value, when I say more value, 100 pixel, it is taking the 100 pixel from the top and it is taking 100 pixel from the left side. So I cannot say 100 pixel here and here. I cannot say 100 pixel here and here. It is not work out. Opposite faces, it will not work out. Opposite faces, it will not work out in absolute position. Or absolute or relative, whatever it may be. Opposite faces element is not moving. Only opposite corners element is moving. Now tell me, corners it is moving. Now the same program, if I take in relative, the same program, if I take in relative position dot HTML. If I say now position is change behavior, change all element behavior is relative position, not absolute position. Previously it is in absolute position. Now every element behavior is relative position. When I say relative position, what is happening? What is happening? The first element is taking position here and here. Okay. Why? Because there is no adjacent element for the first element. But the second element, left side there is no element. Left side there is no element. That is the reason it is taking from the body. But top there is one element available. Space is going to be available only from this, not from the body. Not from the body. Previous absolute it is taking calculating from the body. In relative it is not calculating from the body. It is calculating from the adjacent element. That is the case of relative. Relative is not that much used in the real time. In real time, mostly people will use absolute position or fixed position, not static position. Absolute and relative. Sorry, absolute and fixed. Most of the applications basically using absolute position and fixed position. Relative is not that much used. Nobody is going to be taking care about the relative position. People are not moving the elements from the adjacent element in the real time. Calculating from the body itself. Now, this is the one more kind of position. Getting understand? Okay, if I say diagrammatically this one. If I say diagrammatically this one, this is the static position. This is the absolute position. Imagine this is the relative position. And this is the fixed position. Static, absolute, relative, and fixed. Come to static. In static, elements are going to be arranging one after another. There is no choice, no? There is no choice, no? Elements are going to be arranging one after another. The properties will not work out. And in absolute, the possibility is there. What possibility in absolute? Elements can able to move and elements can able to overlap. On top of the first element, I can say another element like this. On top of the another element, I can say another element. And this properties are working. Left and top properties will work. And element movement is only taking from the element movement is taking from the or element space is going to be taking from the body edges. I hope you understand this. And come to the relative position. Relative position, okay, all elements are going to be arranging one after another, on top of another, but element position will applicable from the adjacent element. Element position is going to be adjusting at the adjacent. For example, this is the span. When I take a span side by side, right? Okay, this is also taken. Okay, so when I come to the fixed position, for example, if I take a logo, and if I take a header and logo, if I take a header and logo, so this is the header and this is the logo. Okay, if I scroll the page, your page will scroll. Your page have a bigger content. Your page can scroll, but this header will not affect with the scroll. Or some footer I'm taking. If I'm taking some footer, this footer also in the fixed mode. When this is fixed, when this element and this bottom element both are fixed, those two elements will not affect with your body scroll. Your body is scrolling, but your header and footer will be fixed on top of the screen. Some applications you can observe it. Let me show one application. So let me go with the Flipkart. Flipkart.com. In Flipkart.com, can you see and observe? The header is moving. The header, logo text box, login cart, become a seller. That is totally header. Your header is moving with the scroll. Your body is scrolling. Your content is scrolling, but your header is fixed. If you take Amazon, see a lot of applications, fixed elements are there. Even you take Amazon, header is not affecting with your body scroll. So in this way, you can make your element fix. Let me go fixed position. So what is about fixed position? Let me write down fixed position. What is happening with the fixed position? In fixed position, elements are going to be overlap on top of another. That is okay, working. In fixed position, element is movable. Yes, that is working. In this position, properties will work. Okay, fine. Taking position from adjacent, okay, that will not give. And from the corners only, these only corners. In this position, one more extra point. In this position, element will fix not related to body. This is the important point you have to remember for the fixed position. Let me go. Take new, save it, and fixed position. Fixed position dot HTML. Let me take a same kind of header. I want to give the style sheet for this. H1 background color. What do you want? Blue. Color white. Text align center. Font style italic. Position. Now I'm talking about position. When I say fixed position, width will not applicable. So you have to adjust the width. Width is 100%. Width is 100%. Why? Because it will not take 100% width when I take a position fixed. Okay. Now let me see. Some space is coming, right? Some space is coming. So let me say one thing. Margin all sides. Padding inside. Padding is inside space. Margin is outer space. So left some value is coming up. Left and top some value is coming. Element is moving from left and top. Left and top, can I say 0, 0? Left 0 pixel, top 0 pixel. So that space also I don't want. That space also I don't want. Now element is fixing. Element is fixing your body. Can you see and observe the corner? Why? Because I said left is 0, top is 0. Then automatically element is fixed. But now I can see how this element got fixed. How I can able to observe this element got fixed. Can I go with multiple paragraphs now? If I have multiple paragraphs, my content is multiple paragraphs. Let me copy the paragraphs and paste multiple paragraphs. My content is more. My content is more. But your header is fixed, but your paragraphs are. Can you see and observe? Can you see and observe? Now this is a kind of Flipkart, or this is a kind of Amazon. What you see when your element is fixed, your element is moving. Your element is moving. In the same way, can I make footer also fixed? In the same way, can I make footer also fixed? Can I take footer now? Where you have to take the footer after the paragraph. Okay, copyrights reserved 2024. For H4, I want to give some background color gray, color white, text line center, font style italic. This is also fixed position. Position fixed, and bottom 0. At the same time, left 0. Left and bottom I am making fix. Left and bottom I am making fix. Now you can see. Now that was affecting, but the problem is margin. Margin and width is affecting. Can I take black? Margin, width, padding. Now can you see where is the header? Where is the footer? Can you see the footer? Copyrights reserved. So you can see header and footer, you can make it fix. Header and footer, you can make it fix in your web page using with the fixed position. So by seeing the diagram, you can understand what is in static position, what is in absolute position, what is in relative position, what is in a fixed position. All these things. Getting these points. Now let me go with the concept called Z index. What is the meaning of Z index? and then this Z index can be used. Index is number. It may be 0, 1, 2. It may be 100, 200, 300. Similar length of numbers. It may be 5, 10, 15. It may be 10, 20, 30. Similar space of the numbers. Okay, so minimum value, min value go down or go bottom. Max value or min index, min value index, max value index, min value index go bottom, max value index go top. The points I'm writing. Okay, so now let me take there is an absolute one. Absolute. Take this. By default, Z index is working here. So I'm taking copy, take new, paste, save it. Z index dot html. Now by default, some index is working. By default, 0, 1, 2 coming. By default, 0, 1, 2 coming. So who is 0? Minimum is bottom. Who is bottom now? Who is down? Who is in the down state? 0, 0. 1 is the down state. 1 is in the bottom one. And 3 top one. 3 is now top level. 0 in the bottom level. Now I want to change the levels. I want to change the indexes. Can I change the indexes here? By default, 0, 1, 2. Now for this Z index, I am giving 2. For this Z index, I am giving 1. Reverse mode. For this 1. For this 0. If I say like this, okay, can you just observe this? First of all, can you just observe this? I'm not refreshing now. 0, 1, 2. Now what the values I given? 2, 1, 0. 0, 1, 2 reversed. 2, 1, 0. When I say 2, 1, 0, 0, sir. 0, sir. 1 on top of this 2. Now what I am doing? Top level is the bottom one is 2. 2 is the top level. Even it is the first one, it is in the top level. It is in the top level. So why it is coming top now? Why 1 is coming top now? Why 1 is coming top? That is having the maximum number of index. And this is having minimum number of index. Minimum number of index is going down or not? A blue color one going down or not? So in this way, sometime in real time, when you want to create this kind of designs, when you are developing some gallery image, gallery kind of applications, so when you want to take a decorations, when you want to give the different kind of decorations for the divisions or containers, then you can apply this kind of Z index value. So where it can be utilized, Z index can be utilized. Don't confuse it about this property. This property is simple property, but first of all, it should be absolute or in relative. First of all, it should be absolute or relative. Why? Because of element need to be movable. If element is not moving, if it is in static position, Z index will not apply. If it is in static position, Z index will not applicable. Z index is applicable when the element is moving, when the element is movable. Got it? Getting my point? So this is the one more point about the CSS.